Hey guys, welcome back. Yasin here. Let's dive in real quick to this week. Be honest with you, if you watched my last video, lost my voice over there. You will notice that I told you, like, if you want to keep it simple as far as trading, like I do, you would, if the stock starting to close 1 day and 2 days above is, especially the 21 moving average, that will give you like a warning or a flag signal. And it did that over here 2 days here, and then again it did it over here. That so as far as I'm concerned, you should be less aggressive when it comes to like putting new positions. The SPY did that, the QQQ did that. Not even we did that, like we try to rebounce back on this day here, on that green day on the 24th, and we next back we just flushed it and we closed right below it. This day right here, the last one, doesn't really have any it doesn't even mean nothing to me. Like, it was still like, I still see like more downside coming down. Where next, you always, like when you do an analysis and you see a stock coming down, you always look for next support, which is going to be your next resistance. And this is blue line here, that's what I see it. Especially we had a resistance here and here and here, we broke it, we came back. So that for me, that's a good key range for the stock to bounce back. Starting to bouncing back here, and then you if you have price action low in this area here, that won't be good as far as I'm concerned. And because you want to see the stock bouncing back to build a new base for another potential price higher. But if you stock starting to just to play down below this half of this stick here, like down here, it won't be good. Like, probably stock will tell me that it wants to go even lower. And so if it violates that and it started to go lower, go look for the next low prices. So as far as I'm concerned right now, let's not jump in too fast and too much. Like, I think we might still go lower. Anything can happen, so I'm always flexible. If we have a reversal candle which is going to close above this area here next day or tomorrow, like, I'll be bullish again on the stock, or I mean, you know, the index or whatever it is. But so far it doesn't show that way. Anything can happen. SMH as well, same thing. XLF, if you look at the monthly though, it doesn't have that much of a we close on the monthly all-time high. That's a very positive sign. Switching it to the weekly, you'll see a reversal doji right there. So if we come back, we have a resistance here. If we come back to this level here, which is the price of what, $31 ish, that won't be an issue. Switching it back to the daily, sorry. So if we come back here to the daily and start digesting here, that would be like a resistance, just a regular a retest. But starting to close below and starting to digest below here and starting to close below, that won't be so good. As far as I'm concerned, man, I'm still bullish on the long term. It's just like a deeper correction probably on the horizon still coming. Money flowing from growth stocks to like value stock, banks, energy, and other sectors. As far as I'm doing right now, I'm just keeping scanning every day, and then I'm trying to keep see what's leading. So if the whole market is going downward, I'm trying to keep I'm trying to find stocks that are going sideways, so, or making new highs or whatever. That's how you're gonna find your next leader. And I came up with a list here, like the ones that I'm watching right now, like inmd stock got a hit right on the 22nd, right on this day. I think right on this day, stock didn't even move, like it's still going sideways. That tells you relative strength. GFL is another one. Stock got hit right on this day. This one didn't even, like, barely, like just small tiny correction. And so this one is showing another relative strength. Another one, PUBM, this one just not showing actually any potential entry spot. So I'm just gonna leave it alone and wait for the stock to set itself up. CALH, another one just moving sideways. Stock is taking a hit going down while this one is just going sideways. So this could be next leader. Just keep it on your watch list. Sono, S-O-N-O. This one offered actually a pullback on this day here, way before the correction back in January. And this one here, another pullback, and then another entry here. But so far, I mean, you could probably, you could argue, like, it depends on your risk tolerance. You could get into the stock once it start making new high and closing above the high, the previous highs. But so far, this one's still hanging in there. XP, this one, they just released earning. I'm watching this level right here, the high of this breakdown candle. It's still not acting bad so far, but overall it's pretty good. Correction, but it's not as good as inmd and the other ones, but it's, you want to keep it in mind. IRBT, this one is not really the great setup, sloppy, it probably needs more time. Starting to close above here, that kind of shows some decent action. And SMPL, this, you look this one on a monthly. I always like to look at the stocks on a monthly basis. You have a resistance here, so it's the yellow line, and then you have huge candle and just consolidating for second month. You look at it on the weekly, going sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the longer the consolidation, the better. You want to keep that in mind as well. Stock is making on higher lows and just working on some right side handle here. So I would love to see the stock start making its way up here and then making some tight action here. So those are the stocks that you want to keep on your watch list. Other than that, keep screening every day. I did reduce my positions quite a bit. Respect my stop loss, like I usually do. You want to save that capital so you can play next. And then if it's too difficult for you, like, just follow like a simple, like I said last time, some simple moving average. If the stock, if you buy it at the decent breakout, like Roku, for example, like you buy it here on the base without even going deep down, even here when I was watching the stock. You buy it on the base. I'm just giving you like an overall idea of how the moving average works, just to keep things simple, so you won't be, so if you have a profit on the stock, you won't turn back at you negative. You buy it here. I'm having the 8 exponential moving average you see up here, and then the 65. You can use the 50 as well, or 21. So if the stock goes up in your favor and the stock makes some decent profit, take some of it, splice that stock into like quarters, so you get like split to 3 or 4, whatever you want to. If it violates, if it closes below on a certain moving average, take some profits. It closes above the low one, another one, 21, take a little bit of profit, or whatever you want to develop your strategy around. Like you're selling rules, time in it, like getting entry, getting right at the breakout or pullback. That's very, very key point. You don't want to buy it way too late, and then wait for the stock to make another setup. You can buy it again here. Here it makes a base, and then wait for the stock to violate one of those moving averages. You can take some more profit. If it set itself up, you want to add, you can add a pullback, or when it's developing a base, and then you just follow the stock. Once you start violating those moving averages, you get out of the way. I'm just giving you here like a simple ways how to take for selling rules, because they will really keep your emotions out of the way. And then you look at yourself like times ahead, and you be like, oh well, I bought it back here, and then I sold a little bit here, and then I got out when it was breaking that 21 here, or when it started to close below here, and then you'll see the market started tanking, and then you yourself as a genius. Taking for example the SPY, if the stock right before the crash in here, let's say you can develop a rule just like that. Like the one I put in here, or you can do like a 3 or whatever you want to. Let's say you buy a stock right when it broke out. Let's treat the SPY as just a regular stock. You had almost like a VCP pattern here, or a cap and handle, whatever you want to call it. You buy the stock right when it started breaking out, and then it started to violate the 8 in here. Let me take this out. You take some profit. It starts to violate the 21. You take some more profit, and then it makes another base or make a pullback, add more to the position, and then follow it again. It start taking all those moving averages, you take some out, and then it self itself up, add more again here. It starts to break on huge volume, that 50 or 65, you get out. And then if you get out of here, if you get out, let's say you got out because it kind of violates your moving average selling rules here, and then you got in here, and then you look at yourself, you're like, whoa, I bought it back here and I sold it here. Like, I'm genius. You know, I'm just showing you like how simple rules can be. You don't have to micromanage your stock, and you can still make some decent moving. You don't have to predict anything. Just watch the stock and act upon what it does. So if it does this, I will do that. If it breaks the 8, I'll take some profit. Breaks the 21, I'll take some more profit. If it violates the 21, I'll take some more profit. If it's pulled back or make another base, I would add to position. And then I'm just giving you an example here. And then so forth and so on. And then you look at yourself, you be like, whoa, I saved myself all that loss, instead of just holding in and wishing that it's going to come back. I hope this helped, and wait for this. Like I said, right now I'm just scanning for stocks that are holding up or going sideways or making new highs, because those are the ones gonna be the leaders. I'm still bullish in the long term. I see some more corrections coming up. I can be bullish tomorrow. Stock in reverse. I'm looking at the futures, and they're green. They're over like 100 point or so. But yeah, anything can happen. Don't just watch the stock and watch what it does and act upon it. Don't predict anything. Just keep it simple. The simple the rules are, the simpler your life gonna be at. If you just having, like I said, if I start micromanaging the stock or this and that, you know, if it's just gonna be too much for you, because anything the stock can flip at you. Nobody even predicted this fall for 35%. Everybody was bullish. Everybody was happy. Everybody was in the Greenland here, until the stock started to crack. Here, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to still hoping? Man, no, you just get out. Simple rules, get out, you're done. So I'm just talking to myself years ago, like, that's why I started making these videos. I wish somebody would have told me like the simple rules, like I would have been way better off. So I'm always, when these videos, like, I'm making them educational and I'm talking to myself. So I hope these videos are helpful to somebody else. If you do, if you find them helpful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, yeah.